up, everybody? Very cool box comparison this week. I've long admired the Yasukochi CSA box that comes from Oceanside. It is a family farm that has had a lot of success in the produce box delivery space, and really admire what they're doing and how big they've built their business to date. And I've heard so much about their box, so took it upon myself to order one and learn. Really, that's what this is all about. We are striving to make the tiny farm box as good as we can, and it takes learning from the best in the region to improve what we're offering on a week-to-week basis. So I'm really excited to open this. It's the first time that we're opening it. In fact, it just came, so I wanted to hop on this recording just so we got a really good representation of the quality that is that I expect coming from this box. So, we'll start off. I want to recognize the weight first. Like, I had to weigh it. It was so heavy. It was about 20 pounds. And for context, this box was $30 that included delivery. So pretty insane value. I can see exactly why they've grown to the size that they've become, and how well they're known in the consumer space. Just for that alone, the tremendous amount of produce you get for a relatively cheap cost. First thing I'm noting is the variety that I see in this box. It's pretty spread out, a little chaotic. Starting out with some beans. I'm not too sure what these beans are. I did have, let me check that out. We did have a bit of a kind of coverage on their website of what these things were. So I'm guessing these are Romano beans because they don't look like green beans. And in fact, we have like some sweet peas in here that could be mistaken. So pretty good. So yeah, first thing I noticed, just the wide assortment, wide variety. Got the green beans that I'm not too sure what to do with. Huge fan of snap peas, so I'm really excited about that. What else are we looking? Sorry for the chewing. Tomatoes, little cherries. Tastes pretty good as well. Bulb of fennel. That's pretty nice. We have some Persian cucumbers. How many of those? About 4. It feels like about a pound. We have head lettuce, little gems it looks like. Similar, or butter lettuce heads, I guess. Similar to the kind that we grow here. They look to be in really pretty good condition. Still cold to a degree, so that's very very impressive. It's like 5 o'clock right now, so very cool to keep that quality. Cherries, psyched on these. Haven't had cherries pretty much all summer. I have to indulge. We got pretty big avocados, look like reed avocados. We got nectarines, we got peaches. We got 2 ears of corn. Bell peppers. And yeah, immediately I'm noting, like, it all looks pretty good. The thing is I'm not too sure where it's coming from. I know Yasukochi has a farm in Oceanside. I know they've been around since the 60s. I don't know how large it is. I don't know how much of this is actually grown from their farm. I don't know how much of it is sourced. I don't know necessarily the quality. It tastes great, but you never know the farming practices behind the produce. On their website, it says we use sustainable farming practices, and you can kind of take that for what it's worth. To me, I trust that means a minimal amount of pesticide use, if any at all. I would think if you were totally pesticide free, you would say so and market it as such. So the idea that it says sustainably farmed produce gives me a bit of pause. Again though, you get a huge amount of volume and it seems like pretty decent quality. I would just love to see exactly where the produce is coming from, because we're in such a rich farming community here in San Diego, where there's no reason that we don't know where our food's coming from. We have amazing produce growers throughout the county, that should be able to satisfy a majority of our produce needs within this given region. So I would love to see that. I'm very impressed with just the volume of produce. At the price point of $29, I don't know really how they're making that work financially. I don't have a full box from us this week, but I would say our box averages to be about 10 to 12 pounds, all sourced locally, all organic. And yeah, I mean, like, we try our best to squeeze out some margin there. I mean, again, this isn't a dig, this is just a curiosity. I really celebrate everything that Yasukochi Farms has done for the just like small farming community, insofar as they've really popularized the idea of a subscription produce box. So, you know, full respect to what they're doing. There's some questions. I hope some people maybe could give some clarity if they do know. I hope to visit Yasukochi Farm one day. I hope to learn from them, continue to, you know, get some of their boxes on occasion, and yeah, continue growing alongside what they got going there in Oceanside. A couple things to note about the experience itself. The website was pretty straightforward. I see that they use an existing subscription service called Barn to Door. It's mostly a kind of back-end service provider. You're not really supposed to see the Barn to Door brand front and center as you're checking out from the process of ordering one of these Yasukochi boxes. But relatively smooth checkout. The web experience was okay. Not so modern, but not confusing either. They did offer discounts for long-term subscriptions, it looked like, and they, you know, had regular prices for one-time purchases, which makes sense. I saw that they had a couple other products like eggs, honey, and some other dry goods, something that we're offering as well and looking to expand. And again, though, really value knowing exactly where the food comes from. That's part of the story of every box at the Tiny Farm is, you know, you get one of these cards, now digital, that gives you a breakdown of what's in your box, where it comes from. You click on it, you can find recipes for each one of those items. You're getting featured recipes of the week that are recipes that include a majority of the items found in your box. We're really trying to make it an educational experience as well by trying to teach you a little bit about what it means to farm regeneratively, why pesticides are a problem in our agricultural system today, how it affects our health, how it affects the health of the planet. And yeah, we're really trying to expand the awareness and knowledge of the value of investing in your food. You know, great experience overall. I'm very impressed, like I said. Yasukochi's doing great things. I'm looking to learn from them, improve our box to meet a lot of the variety that I see here. But if you're curious, you know, go try Yasukochi out, try us out, make a determination for yourself what fits your lifestyle best. And I'm just glad there's so many services like this that exist in our San Diego region to really fill the void that is kind of this service of getting good farmed produce directly to the people. Our supermarkets can't really do that. Their supply chains just don't really allow for that to happen at a super high quality scale. And so yeah, we're here as farmers, as farm advocates to do that on your behalf. So yeah, appreciate you. Hope this was informative. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. Peace.